Hello, I'm Sneha Koshi. Let's straight go to our big news today. This may well be Operation Kamal in Telangana. Some suspect the Cyberabad police in Telangana claim to have unearthed what they call a major conspiracy to bribe and buy legislators belonging to the state's ruling Telangana Rashtriya Samiti or TRS on the lines of what happened in Maharashtra. Around 100 crore rupees and 50 crore rupees were reportedly offered as deal to TRS MLAs to switch parties. NDTV's Uma Sudesh spoke exclusively with this police official.
A big breaking news coming in from Hyderabad, where in fact we are getting reports of a very big deal, perhaps political kind of a conspiracy, it sounds like, where big amounts are being spoken about. I have with me Cyberabad's Police Commissioner, Mr. Stephen Ravindra. We are near that farmhouse where you have actually detained some people. There are 4 TRS MLAs, if I'm not mistaken, and also 3 others belonging to the central party, BJP.
On the information provided by the TRS MLAs that they have been lured and bribed into changing parties, we have conducted a search here at Aziz Nagar near Moinabad. So what we have found is we found 3 people who have been trying to do this. One is Mr. Satish Sharma alias Ramchandra Bharati. Then the second one is one Simyaji Swamiji. He's from this Tirupati area. And the other man, Nandakumar, he's a businessman. He stays in Saru Nagar but has a business in Jubilee Hills. So these 3 people had come here. They were trying to lure and bribe these 4 MLAs into changing parties. Now we have initiated legal action on this, and we need to do a further probe. But the information was provided by the TRS MLAs themselves.
What is the background of these 3 people that you're talking about?
We need to ascertain who they are, but it will take time for us to know how they have, who they are and how they have come here. But all that we know is these people have also come to Hyderabad city on fake identities. That is what we have been able to ascertain as of now.
The names that seem familiar, they were something that was related to what happened in Maharashtra as well. These names sound a little familiar, have a ring of familiarity there.
No, I can't comment on that. I'm not sure about that aspect.
What is the kind of volume of money that we're talking about here, the scale of money? Was it a sting operation that was actually carried out?
We have searched the premises and we need to ascertain more details. We need to talk to them, question them as to why they are here and what is the purpose of their visit. In the days to come, we will be able to find out exactly the purpose of their visit and exactly what they intended to do.
From what you understand, is there a 100 crore rupees that people are talking about as a deal for this kind of a switchover to be done? 100 crores plus whatever. What was the deal? From what you understood as of now, I understand that there is much more investigation to be carried out.
Yes, there is definitely a large amount of money that was offered to them, but exactly I can't quote the figures because we need to do some questioning. Legal action is being initiated against them.
No cash or currency was seized per se. It is a deal that was spoken about.
Yes, yes.
And Aam Aadmi Party chief Arvind Kejriwal today literally dropped a bombshell, saying let's have new currency notes with the images of goddess Laxmi and Lord Ganesh on one side. The BJP, interestingly, scoffed at this, slamming it as political drama. But frankly, politically, this is the latest in a series of moves that shows how Kejriwal and Aam Aadmi Party are making majoritarianism the heart of their campaign, and not just Aam Aadmi Party for that matter, a reality perhaps across several party lines. Vedant brings this report.
भारतीय करेंसी के ऊपर एक तरफ गांधी जी की तस्वीर है, वो वैसे ही रहनी चाहिए। लेकिन दूसरी तरफ श्री गणेश जी की और श्री लक्ष्मी जी की तस्वीर भारतीय करेंसी के ऊपर लगाई जाए।
Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal's solution for a falling rupee. You heard it right. Here he explains.
जैसा मैंने कहा कि हमें अपनी अर्थव्यवस्था को सुधारने के लिए, भारत को आगे तरक्की देने के लिए बहुत सारे एफर्ट्स की जरूरत है, लेकिन उसके साथ साथ देवी देवताओं के आशीर्वाद की भी जरूरत है।
A political slugfest soon after Chief Minister Kejriwal's Diwali special demand.
अरविंद केजरीवाल जी की वो वीडियो भी है, जनता उस वीडियो को देखे जिसमें केजरीवाल जी कह रहे थे कि मैं तो किसी भी कीमत पे उस राम मंदिर में आराधना करने, पूजा करने नहीं जाऊंगा, क्योंकि उस राम मंदिर में पूजा जो है वो भगवान प्राप्त नहीं करेंगे, भगवान स्वीकार नहीं करेंगे।
मुझे हैरानी है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी भारत की करेंसी पर महालक्ष्मी जी और गणेश जी की तस्वीरें लगाने का विरोध कर रही है। मुझे बहुत आश्चर्य है। बीजेपी पता नहीं क्यों विरोध करने पे उतर आई है इसका।
Kejriwal's move comes right ahead of the crucial Gujarat polls, where his party is looking to target the BJP's core voter base. As the Aam Aadmi Party tries to answer the BJP's hardcore Hindutva with its own paperback version, questions are being raised.
ये देखिए, हम लोग बार बार कहते थे ये बीजेपी और संघ की बी टीम है, तो जब चाहेंगे सेकुलर कार्ड खेल देगा, जब चाहेंगे धर्मनिरपेक्ष दिख जाएगा, जब चाहेंगे किसी न किसी धर्म की भावनाओं को भड़काएगा, जब चाहेंगे तो अपने आप को किसी जाति विशेष का बता देगा।
For the common man, reeling under inflationary pressures, Arvind Kejriwal's plea has failed to make much of an impression.
I think India is a diverse country and we respect all the religions, and जो already चलता आ रहा है, we should keep that and respect all the religions and not just try to get our votes by by targeting the larger audience.
I think it is absolutely baseless what the Arvind Kejriwal government is trying to come up with. We have much bigger issues to deal with.
अच्छा है, भगवान का फोटो लेना अच्छा है।
अच्छा, करेंसी पे भगवान का फोटो रहना अच्छा था। आप बोल रहे हैं कि केजरीवाल जी का ये अच्छा डिसीजन है।
As the rupee hits record lows, politics sinks slower. With inflation woes looming large, prices skyrocketing and cost of living rising sharply, the common man expects more reasoned and rational measures for a dwindling economy. With Kashmiri Pandits in Gujarat and Pooja Bhardwaj in Mumbai, and camera person Kanan Patra, Vedant for NDTV.
And in an extremely unfortunate incident, after recent attacks, targeted attacks on Kashmiri Pandits, at least 10 families of the community have quietly left Kashmir Valley and shifted to Jammu. These families had stayed put in 2 villages in Shopian even at the height of militancy in 1990. But the targeted killings of 2 Pandits in their village in the last 2 months has altered things forever. Nasir Masoodi sends this report.
Locked and abandoned, these Kashmiri Pandit families have quietly left their homes after recent targeted attacks. Chaudhryganj village in Shopia is a ghost town, as the Pandit families who had never migrated after the eruption of militancy in 1990 have been forced to migrate. Ghulam Hassan Wageh, an ex-serviceman in the village, says fear has driven Pandits out of their homes. But before they left, Muslim neighbors helped them to harvest their apple produce.
सपोर्ट किया है, सेब ला के दिया है उनको, मतलब जो भी काम था उनके घर में, मतलब सपोर्ट को साथ भी गए 2-3 आदमी।
क्या बोल रहे थे आपको? डर है उनको?
डर है
वही बोल रहे थे।
हाँ, डर तो है, डर तो डर की मतलब नहीं है, कोई भरोसा है, भरोसा है कोई, ये जिधर किसी को पता नहीं कब क्या होगा।
On October 15, terrorists shot dead Puran Krishan Bhatt outside his home in the village. Despite the deployment of security forces in the village, the target killing struck fear among Pandit families. Of 8 Pandit families, only 1 woman is now left in the village to man her home at Chaudhryganj. The Muslim neighbors, who have always stood by Pandits in difficult times of militancy, say they feel helpless in this situation. Right now they want to take care of their apple produce and dispatch them to Jammu.
तो आपको दुख है इनको क्यों भागना पड़ा?
हाँ, बहुत दुख, बहुत ज्यादा।
In the neighboring Chotigam village, all the 3 Pandit families living there have migrated. On August 16th, Sunil Kumar Bhatt was killed and his brother injured in a targeted attack inside their apple orchard. The BJP says the aim behind targeted killings is to create fear.
कश्मीर में शोपियां से खबर है कि कुछ 10 कश्मीरी पंडित परिवारों ने वहां से पलायन किया गया है। हम सभी राजनीतिक जिसे कहते हैं पार्टियां, जम्मू कश्मीर का सभ्य समाज और विशेषकर कश्मीरी पंडित समुदाय, हम सब पे भी एक जिसे कहते हैं एक ड्यूटी ऑन पड़ती है। हम सब पे कर्तव्य है कि हम भी आतंकवाद के विरुद्ध सुदृढ़, सजग और सशक्त खड़े रहें।
Due to targeted attacks, 6,000 Kashmiri Pandit employees are not attending their duties for the last 6 months.
For last 30 years, Kashmiri Pandits living in this village braved all odds and stayed back even during peak of militancy. The recent target attacks has driven them out of their homes. This lock on this Pandit home reflects helplessness and fear despite security forces deployed right next to this home. In Shopian, Nazir Masoodi, NDTV.
And on to another shocking story. Dera Sacha Saudar Chief Gurmeet Ram Rahim Singh, who has been convicted of rape and murder, is out on parole, but is busy making music videos about Diwali. If that is difficult to digest, here's the reality check. The video has close to 85 lakh views already on his YouTube channel. Let that sink in. The Dera chief was sentenced to 20 years of prison in 2017 for rape and has already been out on parole 3 times this year.
$60 lakh plus views in 2 days for this flashy Diwali music video by rape convict Gurmeet Ram Rahim Singh. It's business as usual for the Dera Sacha Saudar chief. Out on a 40-day parole, he's serving a 20-year sentence. The video shows Ram Rahim walking around, lighting diyas, and features clips of him accompanying his 2 mentors, to whom the lyrics pay tribute. Auto-tuned singing is accompanied by disco music and colorful dresses and visuals. A favorite with Ram Rahim. Last week, top Haryana BJP leaders, including the mayor of Karnal, had lined up for this virtual satsang event from Uttar Pradesh's Bagpat, where Ram Rahim is staying in an ashram. The timing of Ram Rahim's release has been criticized by the opposition, which pointed out that he is always released ahead of an election because of political patronage. Ram Rahim's sect claims to have a massive following in Haryana and neighbouring states like Punjab and West UP. This time, Haryana is heading for Panchayat elections and by-polls for the Adampur Assembly constituency.
बाबा है राम रहीम, रेप और हत्या में दोषी हैं। जब चुनाव आता है पैरोल पर बाहर चले आते हैं, दिवाली में एक वीडियो निकालते हैं, क्या कहेंगे आप?
मुझे कुछ नहीं कहना इसमें, मेरा रोल नहीं है, मेरा कोई रोल नहीं है, मुझे इसमें कुछ नहीं कहना, मेरा रोल भी नहीं है। दोष करेगा, कोर्ट बैठा है, कोर्ट सजा करता है, वो जेल में चला जाता है। हमको कोई आदेश मिलता है कि हम इसको पेश करो, जेल में डालो, जेल में डाल देते हैं। उसके बाद जेल के अपने नियम है, जेल के नियमों के आधार पर किसी को बेल चाहिए तो जाके अप्लाई करो, एडमिशन देखता है, देनी है नहीं देनी है।
This is not the first time the rape convict has been released from prison this year. In February, he was released on 3 weeks furlough before the Punjab Assembly polls. In June, he was released on month-long parole before the Lok Sabha by-election in Punjab Sangrur. And in October, he got 40 days parole before the by-election in Haryana's Adampur and the Haryana Panchayat polls. Ram Rahim is serving a 20-year jail term for raping 2 women disciples at his ashram in Sirsa, where the Dera is headquartered. Last year, he was convicted along with 4 others for hatching a conspiracy to kill Dera manager Ranjit Singh in 2002, In 2019, Rahim and 3 others were also convicted for the murder of a journalist in 2002. With Rajiv Ranjan, this is Alok Pandey, NDTV.
And now over to Kerala, where Governor Arif Mohammed Khan has written to Chief Minister of Kerala Pinarayi Vijayan asking him to sack the Finance Minister K.N. Balagopal, alleging that public statements of the minister, according to the governor, has stoked fire of regionalism, provisionalism and challenged constitutional convention of an outsider, a non-Keralite in this case, being appointed as a governor. The minister had reportedly commented on governor being a non-Keralite, does not understand the functioning of Kerala universities with references to violent crackdowns on students in some universities in the state he belongs to. This at a time when the Kerala governor has sought the resignation of 8 Kerala university vice-chancellors, challenging the state's left government over alleged irregularities. The left government is yet to react to the strong letter from the governor, but it's not the first time that the governor and the state government will have a face-off over alleged political appointments in the academia. And the Agniveer recruitment in Bhopal will start Thursday and continue till November 7th. Candidates from 9 districts, including Bhopal, can participate in the recruitment. Apart from this, the youth of any other districts will not get a chance in this recruitment. More than 44,000 candidates are expected to participate in the recruitment drive in Bhopal.
Agniveer recruitment in Bhopal will start from 27th October and will continue till November 7th. Candidates from Bhopal, Betul, Chhindwada, Hoshangabad, Harda, Rajgarh, Raisen, Sihor and Vidisha can participate in the recruitment. Apart from this, the youth of any other district will not get a chance in this recruitment. There were some hiccups in issuing the admit card, but we have been told that the issue has been sorted out, and senior police officials are also present inside the Lal Parade ground in Bhopal. The district administration have given to set up stalls for foods and snacks at the recruitment ground, and you can see a few candidates are inside the tent, but the number of candidates are much more than what I think the local administration has anticipated, and few others are just sleeping outside the tents. But arrangements for mobile toilets and drinking water is also in and around the ground, and instructions have also been given to the health officer to keep the medical arrangements and ambulances near the ground, and you can see those mobile toilets and facility for drinking water, as well as tents where few candidates are just sleeping inside and few outside. So as I said, this process will continue in Bhopal till November 7th, and on the first day around 3,000 candidates are participating from the neighboring districts, and after that per day around 5,000 candidates are expected to participate in the Agniveer recruitment scheme in Bhopal. In Bhopal, with camera person Rizwan Khan, Anurag Dwari for NDTV.
Russian President Putin on Wednesday oversaw the training of Moscow's strategic deterrence forces, troops responsible for responding to threats of nuclear war. According to Russian officials, under the leadership of Putin, a training session was held with ground, sea and air strategic deterrence forces, during which practical launches of ballistic and cruise missiles took place. State television showed Putin overseeing the drills from a control room. The drills included launching test missiles in the Russian Far East and from the waters of the Barents Sea in the Arctic. The exercises also involved long-range aircrafts, according to the government officials. They are equipped with intercontinental ballistic missiles as well as long-range strategic bombers, submarines, service ships and naval aviation. Russian officials have confirmed the drills came amid Russia's continued offensive in Ukraine and after Moscow repeatedly threatened to use nuclear weapons.
I just wanted to inform you that we have just asked for an AOB on the possibility of creation of dirty bomb in Ukraine by Ukrainian authorities. Ukraine has the capacity, Ukraine has all the reasons to do so, because we know that Zelensky regime wants to avoid, first of all, defeat. Secondly, wants to involve NATO for direct clash with Russia, which is very dangerous, and but which will be profitable for Zelensky regime to remain in power.
We're concerned when we hear this type of patently false disinformation emanating from the Kremlin. We know the Kremlin's track record when it comes to these types of claims. That's what, of course, what is the predicate, what ultimately undergirds our concern. We reject the transparently false allegation that Ukraine is preparing to use a dirty bomb on its own territory.
And of course, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has told his counterpart that they must not use nuclear weapons for the ongoing war in Ukraine. Well, now moving on to a worrying new report from British medical journal Lancet that has linked fossil fuel to 3.3 lakh deaths in India, which translates to one fossil fuel related death every 2 minutes. Nayanthara Singh brings you these details.
The Lancet released a new report that gives us yet another irrefutable link between climate change and serious health problems. This time it says that 3,30,000 Indians died due to exposure to particulate matter released by the burning of fossil fuels in 2020. If that's too many numbers to process, let's look at it this way. The burning of fossil fuels caused one Indian to die every 2 minutes in 2020. India is second in the world in terms of fossil fuel related deaths and is behind only China. This report was written by 99 experts from all across the world in preparation for COP27 in Egypt, which is a very important climate change conference held by the UN. This report is crystal clear in its message and calls out the government's role in these deaths, urging them to stop giving these huge subsidies to the fossil fuel industry and adopt a more health-centric approach. In fact, 69 of the 86 countries that Lancet analyzed spent a whopping $400 billion on fossil fuel subsidies between 2019 and 2021. India alone spent $34 billion on subsidies to the fossil fuel industry in 2019. The report makes it clear that these subsidies are literally lethal and have led to the increase of diseases, poverty and death all across the world. The report analyzed a number of other things, but another significant takeaway is that these deaths increased due to heat exposure in India, and they were up by 55% since the 2000 to 2004 time frame. To put that into perspective, that's 167 billion hours of potential labor gone down the drain. The report warned that the world's collective failure to address climate change stems from political causes. Nayanthara Singh for NDTV.
Well, that's all we have in this bulletin. Thank you for watching. Stay with us for all the latest.